and the season is almost here, and the signs and the reasons are very clear. The fulfillment of scripture is coming true, and we're expectantly waiting. The time is due. There's a change that is brewing, an urgent call. It's the same kind of feeling before you fall. It's a sense, it's an instinct, an inner voice. It's a test. Are you listening? Have you made your choice? There's a crossroad coming. Do you know your path? Are you lost and running? Do you fear the wrath? Don't you feel all the heaviness in the air? If it's real, are you ready? Is your soul prepared? There's a big thing coming and there's not much time. It's all been written by God's design. There's a plan and a purpose. It's all divine. If you're awake and you heard this, you know the sign. There's a big thing coming and there's not much time. It's all been written by God's design. There's a plan and a purpose. It's all divine. If you're awake and you heard this, you know the sign. Is your family equipped if the time has come? Would you have what you need or be scared and run? No matter where you are, no matter what you believe, there's a change that is coming. To that we agree. It's like we all seem to know that there's not much time before we reach the tipping point and we cross the line. Got one foot in the chasm of this growing crack. We're at the edge of the cliff and there's no turning back. There's a big thing coming and there's not much time. It's all been written by God's design. There's a plan and a purpose. It's all divine. If you're awake and you heard this, you know the sign. There's a big thing coming and there's not much time. It's all been written by God's design. There's a plan and a purpose. It's all divine. If you're awake and you heard this, you know the sign. With the labor pains growing, you can count the days. So many earthquakes, tornadoes, and tidal waves. It's the eve of destruction, the harvest here. It's the reaping, but we will not live in fear. For our time of redemption is coming soon. By divine intervention, we'll see the truth arriving live and direct for all to view. If you haven't read the Bible, I pray you do. There's a big thing coming and there's not much time. It's all been written by God's design. There's a plan and a purpose. It's all divine. If you're awake and you heard this, you know the sign. There's a big thing coming and there's not much time. It's all been written by God's design. There's a plan and a purpose. It's all divine. If you're awake and you heard this, you know the sign. It's like time speeding up and it seems so fast. And while a month slips by, a year is past. You hear the same kind of feeling all over the globe. Not sure just what it's revealing, but you're not alone. The same dreams that you're dreaming are all repeating. It seems that while we are sleeping, we're given meanings. And when it all goes down, there will be no doubt. From the east to the west to the north and south, there's a big thing coming and there's not much time. It's all been written by God's design. There's a plan and a purpose. It's all divine. If you're awake and you heard this, you know the sign. There's a big thing coming and there's not much time. It's all been written by God's design. There's a plan and a purpose. It's all divine. If you're awake and you heard this, you know the sign.
That was Destiny Lab. Know the signs. Welcome. This is OUReality, and I am Eva. Tonight, Michael will be joining me. Good evening, Michael. How are you?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing tonight?
I am most wonderful. or at least I'm trying to put on a good facade. Actually, everything's pretty groovy. So
that's good. Did you have
cool.
a good Christmas?
You know what? Oh, come on! Now I'm gonna sound like a complainer. Okay. We went from one mood, totally opposite to another. Okay. We went way south with that one, Michael. No, my Christmas was very well. My Christmas was very well. Thank you very much. And yours?
Well, that's good. Mine was very good. I got to visit with family that haven't been around in a couple of years, and it was generally good. I mean, I don't have any complaints, but I think all of that's all well and good. We've got one more coming up, New Year's and New Year's Eve. So I just want to say, prior to our show, I hope everyone listening will take heed and stay off the roads while drinking, and be very, very careful on the roads this coming weekend.
Oh, and also if you do get too tipsy, smashed, drunk. Okay, you can always call AAA and they will give you a ride free of charge, okay? So don't be silly, don't be goofy, just bite the bullet and make that call, okay?
I'm really glad that we're doing government shenanigans.
Government shenanigans.
I love it. And I was just wondering, since you're out in California, how you feel about the new law that was passed in California that goes into effect January the 1st, as I've been told and read. I read it in the Washington Post today. And this is, again, another one of those government shenanigans where the police and other law enforcement can now go door to door collecting weapons without any notice whatsoever.
Let them try.
That's what I said. We're looking at gunfight at the OK Corral. That's what I'm looking at.
I think that they're instigating a situation that is totally, completely needless.
Well, me too.
I'm totally pro Second Amendment. I'm pro all our amendments, but
right.
The second one, the first and second, I have a special place in my heart. Okay, because if you lose those two, we're totally, completely SOL.
Well, to be quite honest with you, if we lose the right to possess firearms, we just as well tie our hands up and just say, "Come and get me," because if you look at Wounded Knee, I've been posting that all day long because today actually is the anniversary of 234 innocent men, women, and children on the Pine Ridge Reservation of the Lakota Sioux, where 234 women, old men, and children were murdered. And
well, of course, because
go ahead.
You pick on the meek and the weak.
Yes, that's exactly right. And what they did was they came to confiscate their guns. And I'm seeing this very same scenario. You saw it with Nazi Germany. It's history. History is
itself?
History
is repeating itself?
Yes, it is. It's simply repeating itself. And I honestly see in the very near future, possibly within the next year or so. Now, I don't know about states like Texas and Arizona and Wyoming and places like that and the South that are very, very pro-gun. Once this situation starts, if they start to confiscate weapons in California, it's going to be a rippling effect. It'll just follow state by state by state. And
you betcha, because we are like the Sastinistas. California is the Sastinisha of all these new tyrannies.
That's it.
Treasonous tyrannies, people.
Uh-huh. Well, and here's another little interesting scenario where we have government shenanigans is in Houston, Texas today. They caught on tape the police officers weren't aware that they were on mic saying, because Texas as of January 1st has open and concealed carry. Now, we already have concealed carry, but it's going to be open carry as of January 1st. And several of the police were caught saying, let those SOBs go ahead and carry. We don't give a rat's ass about the law because it's unconstitutional for us to be able to shoot you if we need to.
Okay.
So when we have that kind of tyrannical nonsense that's just going rampant right now. I mean, just totally rampant. I have to wonder this, and once I finish this, then perhaps we can have, if some people call in, we can have others join us. But
the switchboard is lit up. It is lit up right now.
Okay. Well, let me just tell you.
Thank you, listeners.
One of the things that I thought about the last couple of weeks, or actually this last week, is I'm beginning to wonder. Well, first of all, government shenanigans are just not the federal government. It's state governments, city governments, county governments. I mean, they're all involved in this. I mean, there's some that's not. But for the most part, people are like blind. They're just going to, it's like the blind leading the blind. They're just going to follow them around. But think about this for a second. Let's just say, for example, that Feinstein and Skillery Hillary and the rest of these nutcases that we have in Congress are getting kickbacks from the gun manufacturers and the NRA by promoting these scares. Because when you look at it, every time there's one of these threats, gun sales go through the roof. Membership in the NRA goes through the roof. So I'm saying to myself, that could be two possibilities. People are really starting to get tired of all the nonsense, or perhaps that's one of those little government shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
You can't say it as good as me. Shenanigans.
I know. I try, but no matter how hard I do, I always lose that one little area there.
I think I'm going to capitalize on that, and I'm going to make that into my own ringtone. Okay, right here and now, I claim the government shenanigans. Okay, so you will be infringing upon my copyright laws. Infringements, I don't know. Okay, you can't steal it though, because I'm going to make money off of this.
There you go.
No, I say share the wealth, but I just got handed. Well, not literally handed, but a dear friend posted on my wall that there's trouble in the horizon there over towards the Bundy Ranch again with the Harmon family.
Yes, yes.
And so if anybody is interested, I will be posting that in the event page. Please listen to it. They are in dire need, just like the Bundys. We have to group together, and we have action to protect these people, because it's the domino effect. We let it happen to one family, it's going to happen to another family, and so on and so on and so on. It's going to be a vicious, ugly cycle.
Yes, it is.
And we have to stop it. Period.
Well, and the only way we're going to stop it is to stop complying with the bullshit.
Oh, come on, Michael. What BS? Come on, this is the government. They are there to take care of us and help us in our dire needs. Come on,
Let me
really?
tell you something.
I think you're on something, man. I think that you just may be a terrorist. Really, Michael? Come on.
I'm a psycho-terrorist. What can I tell you? I mean, when you look at the government and you see about the only thing that they're good at doing is producing baloney. To be quite honest.
Oh, my goodness gracious! And I just posted this too. Is oh my gosh, it's hard for me to even say a lot of this stuff, but David Rockefeller, we're all familiar with the Rockefeller family.
Oh yeah.
If you're not, then educate yourself, okay? they are evil. They are an evil empire, and he's 99 years old. Well, he just had his 6th heart transplant. Thank goodness it was a success, but 6. He's 99 years old, Michael. When did he quit?
Well, and that's just it. It's because he actually doesn't want to die. And I noticed.
Scared, you bet.
Yeah. And the sad part about it is because he won't have the upper hand on the little empire that he built. But, however, I would not be a bit surprised if he's not one of the people who has pushed for the funding that the government is providing in a sort of secret way. They have found that it is, in fact, possible to install the consciousness of a human being into a robot, so that your consciousness can live forever. I'll be willing to bet you that Rockefeller is on the top of the list to have that happen.
Well, no doubt. I mean, we had, oh my goodness, we had Walt Disney, who was a 33-degree Mason, and he had his head on, they did cryonics on him, but to my knowledge, until I actually see it with my own 2 eyes, I take everything with a grain of salt. But supposedly, to revive him was impossible. I mean, literally dead tissue. So, there's just so much happening in the news, and everything that's happened in 2015. My goodness, we're just a stone's throw away to 2016. Any prediction on the election?
Well,
what do you think, Michael?
Well, this is what I'm going to tell you, and we have to go back to 2012. I honestly believe that in 2012, during that particular cycle, that the Republican Party committed political suicide when they exposed themselves to the world about how easy it was to cheat a candidate out of winning the nomination, which Ron Paul would have done. And with
Ron
that,
Paul,
though, when you think,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, and with that, when it comes to the Republican Party this year, there's a couple of candidates that, I look at and I say they have a lot of potential. But I can tell you right now, straight up, bar none, Bernie Sanders, obviously Democratic, or Hillary Skillery would be the 2 worst possible people that you could put into office.
Okay.
Because it's going to double down on all of the shenanigans the government has pulled and is planning on pulling. However, this is what I try to tell a lot of Republicans these days, and that is, you want Donald Trump, put him in office. But I don't want to hear you complain 6 months into office when he becomes the king of executive orders. You complain about Obamkin writing executive orders for this and executive orders for that. You got to look at FDR, who wrote over 8,000 executive orders in his term. And I promise you, Donald Trump, because he is kind of childlike in a way. Now, granted, he's saying everything everybody wants to hear.
Oh, yeah.
But as childlike as he is, what's going to end up happening is when he doesn't get a consensus in Congress, because they're going to battle his butt in Congress. I promise you. It will be a daily knockdown, drag-out. For him to get anything across or anything done, he's going to start becoming an activist with executive orders, because the president can write an executive order for this and an executive order for that. And while they can be rescinded, what can't be rescinded is the fact that it then becomes a precedent to go to the Supreme Court with. And
that's been happening since day one, you know.
Oh, it really has. I mean, when a president doesn't get what they want, they write an executive order. And I'm a little concerned about that.
Donald Trump, in my eyes, is totally, completely dangerous. I don't care how you slice the pie. Right. Donald Trump is dangerous. He's not funny. He's not cute. He's not even intelligent. You know,
no.
He comes from money, people. You know, he did not establish this money on his own accord, and the monies that he did, he trampled on people. He cut their throats.
Yep, exactly.
He is so bad. And you know, Michael, I just want to line each one of them up and just go across and slap them on the face, because hey, not only the candidates but the voters too. Because so okay, now as you were saying, when you put it in those terms, Michael, this is how I decipher it. Is that you believe that there is a two-party system? Do you?
Well, there's a two-party system, but they're on the same coin, just different sides. And they both believe the same thing. They just go around in a different way to accomplish the same goal. You know, the Democrats like to use force, obviously. I mean, you know, they just flat, you know, like Obama just flat tells his attorney general, you're simply not going to prosecute these people anymore, even though what they were doing was illegal. Okay, that is coercion as far as I'm concerned. And so there's not that much difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party other than the rhetoric that they utilize to get themselves in office. And
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that the rhetoric is different, but the end result is the same. Personally, I wish that if we were going to have a system like we have, rather than have a two-party system, and see, it's virtually impossible. I mean, it was almost impossible to get independents on the ticket, but it's damn near impossible in some states to get a libertarian on the ticket, much less a constitutionalist or a Green Party member. I mean, it's really hard to do that, and they have to run independently and hope for write-ins.
Well, I say take this false illusion that our vote actually counts and flush that down the toilet, because our vote doesn't count. I say flush that down the toilet, and everybody, every candidate be of equal. Say People's Party person or something. Yeah. But everybody be equal.
I think the People's Party coalition that both you and I are involved in, you very much so. I really think, to be quite honest with you, that should be a party that people need to look at, simply because the itinerary that I have seen so far and the verbiage that I've heard both from you and the governor, I like those ideas. Now, you know, the problem of it is that what I like and somebody else likes may not be the same thing. So it's up to us as individuals to get out there and actually convince people that our ideas are good for this country and good for the population.
But see, you know, we've been, spoon-fed these lies since birth. And, And the illusion that there is a two-party system. Nah, they're from the same cloth, people. There is no red side, there is no blue side. There is no Republicans, there is no Democrats, okay? They are in it, and they have one agenda, and it's the same agenda. It doesn't matter what you are. And in fact, and I have stated this countless times, Michael, as Ron Paul is my president. If you hand counted all the ballots, Ron Paul is our president. Why is he not in our White House?
That's exactly what I've been saying. And the reason is because he was a threat to the system that we have now. Because he was sick and tired of the crony capitalism, the nonsense, the Federal Reserve. And his only fault was he didn't really explain himself well enough for people to understand that we don't have to be at war all the time.
Oh, but see, I educate myself to the best of my own ability. I take in all the facts and I research. And sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. I do so much research. But, Ron Paul did simplify it all. He put it in layman's terms, and he did have the people backing him. It's just that the GOP and the DNC, they totally, completely screwed Ron Paul.
Yes, they did.
I lived in Arizona, and when I went to vote, oh my gosh, it was like a nightmare. I was like in a friggin' Looney Tune cartoon, people. Okay, I go in there and I get my ballot, and I go up to one of those little boxed enclosures, and everything is electronic. There is absolutely no place to write Ron Paul in. Okay, I'm a delegate for Ron Paul, okay? And I can't even write my candidate on the ballot because there is no space for him.
That's
Tell
correct.
me, is that fair? Is that fair, people? No. And so after I'm done with that fiasco, because it was just like, it was an experience, okay, people? So I go to hand in my ballot, and I said, "Where's my sticker?" I voted, and where's my sticker, lady? I want it right now. And so she says, "I'm not going to give you your sticker until you give me your ballot." And it's like, whoa, really? She was a snotty snot to me. Tell me, is that not part of government shenanigans?
You've got that down to a science, girl. I love that. But you're absolutely correct. Those are government shenanigans, and it's what it is. It's manipulation of a system that has fallen apart. It's broke, and so we can't do anything about it until we repair it. And to repair it, we have to change the way people think. And instead of like the schools, and it's got to start in education. Don't teach your child what to think. Teach them how to think. Teach them how to study and learn. And that right there is another one of the shenanigans that goes on is the public school system in this country.
Exactly.
And that
people, you can pull your kids out of public school. You can take back your parental rights that you have so graciously let the government borrow from you. You can take back those rights, and you can raise your own children. You just have to apply yourself.
That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. And the sad part about it is that all of the public schools, they want your child in the public school because they get money from the government for that.
Yeah,
and,
because I home taught and I I did put my children in the private education industrial complex and the public industrial complex.
Yep.
Let's call it what it is. Come on, you know what it is.
Yep.
It's money. Hey, but Michael, I have hands up. Okay. So what I'm going
bring
to
them on.
is am going to bring in first of all. Oh gosh. Okay, everything. Facebook.
I don't need an introduction, Ava. I don't need an introduction. Everybody knows who I am.
You weren't even okay. I'm in the studio, and you weren't even lit up that you were online. Okay, so welcome, Jag. Happy New Year, dude.
It's not New Year yet, but I'm hoping it'll be a happy one. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. How are you, Jag?
I'm living, brother. I was actually kind of chomping at the bit because you guys, what y'all were starting off with on the show, with the new law in California and all that. I want to go ahead and break something down for people because I happen to have a specific knowledge regarding martial law procedure, martial law preparations, all of that. I can tell you right now why they're doing that, and I'm going to explain it. California, as you probably know, is usually the first state that they kind of experiment with because everyone in California is always so liberated. So they usually start with California when they have a new law such as that. They usually start with California just to see how it works. But I can tell you what they're doing with this law in particular. They know good and well people aren't going to stand for police coming door to door to confiscate your firearms. They know good and well people are not going to stand for that. And because they know that eventually they're going to start legalizing it for other states one by one, maybe two by two, you never know. And after a while, let's say half the country has laws like this, and guess what's going to happen? Cops are going to start shooting people who are open carrying legally. You know, they're going to get a response. They're going to get a call. They're going to respond when they pull up and they see that a person is open carrying to where the gun is visible. They're just going to shoot first and not even going to care who's guilty, who did what, whatever. They're going to start shooting. That, in turn, is going to produce a lot of people being pissed off and angry, and eventually it's going to be a bunch of civil unrest. People are going to be targeting cops. Cops are going to be targeting people. And pretty soon, guess what's going to happen? Our beautiful, and I'm being funny when I say this, but our beautiful and talented and all-knowing commander-in-chief is going to then institute martial law, which will give him full executive powers to suspend elections and everything else, thus turning our country from democracy into a monarchy.
That's true.
This is what's going to happen, and they know this is going to happen, which is why they are pushing for gun control, because they want to piss us off so they can send the National Guard in here and the militarized police force to force us into compliance. Well, I've got a message for you people. Good fucking luck.
Okay. You know what? And I'm right there with you, Jag, because I'm on your team, dude.
Well, yeah.
Because I know that you're a weapons expert, and I own one. Yes.
It's not even really so much as that. It's the fact that I refuse to lay down. I refuse to just let you do anything to me. You're going to have to kill me to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
why? Okay, why? Why would anybody just lay down and take this stuff? I mean, I also posted about this woman.
For the same reason people are laying down, taking all kinds of stuff now. For the same exact reason, they're going to do it because they think their government is the good guy.
Yeah.
Just like I posted. Oh my goodness, this woman. She actually, I guess, she was fighting having her blood drawn, at a checkpoint, and she did pass out from it. Now, I'm not really fond when they draw my blood either, but, I was married in a long time ago, and so at the time, that's what they did in order to give you, to allow you to have a marriage certificate. You had to give your blood just to make sure that you weren't cousins or anything.
Oh yeah, you said
wow.
That's no kidding. In Texas, for the longest, you had to go get blood drawn, and I'm thinking that it was probably because of at one time you couldn't get married, at least in Texas, if you had syphilis. You couldn't get married, and so they checked for that.
I've heard all sorts of reasons, but none are legit in my eyes. But I do know, I mean, since date, yes, my blood has been on record, and this is ridiculous. And also, what they're doing right now is, let's say your car gets broken into, and you call the police. What they're going to do is they want to take a swab of the inside of your mouth. And this friend of mine had asked, well, why would you need my swab, my DNA, because somebody broke into my car? And the response that he got was to eliminate you as a suspect. Okay, I'm hearing echo in the background. I don't know who
you're
it is.
Good.
Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead. We have callers with their hands up. I mean, really, literally, the board is lit up. I have a caller from area code 585. Hello, caller. You are live on OUReality. Hello, caller.
Don't think they're there.
They are. Well, at least Blog Talk tells me you're there. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. But if there is anybody that is listening to the show, the phone number is 347-850-8229. Again, 347-850-8229. And please, if you want to chime in and speak to any of us, or just, speak. If you want to hear your own voice, press 1 and I'll bring you in. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this gentleman in who I totally, completely admire. Hello, Renegade. How are you?
Hey, how are you? How's everybody tonight? What's going on?
Pretty good. How are you, Renegade?
I'm doing pretty good. So listening to the show so far, it's awesome. I wanted to chime in on what you guys are saying about this thing in California, because I believe they tried it once before, and it got shot down. And from what I understood about the whole thing was they're trying to, I guess, go in and take over these ganglands and these drug houses. So they want, that's what they're saying. They want to be able to go in and just confiscate the guns, get them off the streets and, start taking back some of these communities. But we know they can abuse their power, and they do abuse their power. So your guess is as good as mine if they're going to stand true to that or not.
Well, I can tell you this much. I believe very strongly they're going to try to. They're just trying to see how people react to it for right now. That's what they're doing. They're seeing how people's reactions are, because this is all, keep in mind, the slavery we endure in this country is not a physical, tangible slavery. It's a slavery of our minds. So right now they are fucking with our minds on this. They're just trying to step back and see how the sheep respond. That's what they're doing right now, but eventually they're going to begin enforcing it.
I actually hear the anger in your voice a little bit, Jag, because it angers me too. It angers all of our listeners, but we're going to have to cool it on our language.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. This isn't Friday night. I forgot.
I need to get you a shock collar, okay? So every time you drop a bomb, I'm just going to shock you, okay?
Well, they did it with SB 277 with the vaccines, like forcing vaccines on your child to be in public school. From what I've read on my page, United Against Forced Vaccination, one of the contributors actually added a post recently that they want to now do it to adults. They want to force adults into vaccination, starting with California.
Yeah.
The land of the liberal.
Good luck with that.
That's what they are going to do. They want to, they're starting off with of course the meek and the weak, the little ones, and they're starting off with child care workers, and that is going to be actually Jerry Brown, who I'm still dumbfounded.
That guy's got to go.
I'm dumbfounded as to the fact that this guy, Governor Jerry Brown, is governor. Oh my goodness. Okay, Governor Wildstar, Nicholas Wildstar, but no, he already passed that law that yes, it is mandatory for child care workers to be vaccinated. My big question, I've posed this before, is that, if your child is vaccinated, they should have no fear, and the parents should have no fear of my unvaccinated child, period.
That's right.
I know. I mean, yeah, if your kid is vaccinated, why are you afraid of my unvaccinated child? If your kid is so protected, well, what are you afraid of?
This is the thing. People need to stop calling these things law. They're not law.
Thank you.
Anything that goes against the Constitution is a statute. It's a bully tactic. People need to start standing their ground, especially when it comes to these vaccines. Every single one of them is proven deadly. Every one of them has been proven deadly.
Yeah,
if one child gets hurt off of a vaccine, if one soldier gets hurt off of a vaccine, if one adult gets hurt off of a vaccine, right then and there they cannot call that vaccine safe and effective because it's not safe.
Exactly.
That's right.
People are so scammed by Big Pharma. They believe all the freaking lies out there. They listen to their propaganda, their fake and false reports that they put out. All the research is done within Big Pharma, or you take the CDC and the FDA. We know who owns them. Big Pharma owns them.
That's it.
It's a joke. And what, they're going to force this junk on us? I don't think so.
Well, when I was growing up, most of my vaccinations, which was only one, a smallpox vaccination, and I never had anything other than that because my grandmother said if children don't eat 10 pounds of dirt a year and play in the mud, they're not going to be healthy as an adult. And
I actually believe that.
Oh, I do
believe that.
You know that there is a law still on the books of California that it's kind of like a little bit off the topic, but that parents have to allow their children to jump in rain puddles. If they
oh my word! God, are you kidding me?
Who comes up with this
on the books?
Shit.
I promise you.
Yeah,
I promise
seriously
you.
Comes up with this?
I'm telling you, there are some lawmakers out there, statute makers out there that shouldn't be in the positions that they're in. We know when it comes to this Jerry Brown. Can you imagine his bankroll? His bankroll is probably huge from Big Pharma. They are paying him to look away.
Well, yeah. Plus, he used to date Linda Ronstadt, so that's what made him popular way back when. Yeah, that's what made him popular. It made him popular way back when, because this isn't his first rodeo, people, okay? He's a double indemnity, and he's in office. What is wrong with you people? I want to slap all of you. I'm sorry, but I do.
I'm telling you, people have become, here's a classic example, and I can only speak for Texas. I'm sure other states are this way. I know Virginia is, but in Texas, they started issuing what they call smart cards to kids. To go through the lunch line, and it tracked what they ate, how much they ate, and so forth and so on. It tracked them getting on the bus and getting off the bus. And, of course, the reasoning was, well, that way we know where the child is and it's safer for them. But what people don't think about is they think about the safer and they just go gaga over it. What they don't realize is that what that's doing is prepping 2 generations down the road for accepting what do they call that? The little deal they put under your skin to
RFID chip.
RFID chip.
Yeah, RFID chip. And, believe it or not, they already have RFID chips in the implant for birth control. There's an RFID chip in it, and it sends information back to the drug companies as to how accurate, so they say, the birth control is working. My question is, if we allow that kind of stuff, and we do allow it, what's happening is we're conditioning ourselves to accept tyranny.
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
but
all we do is enslave ourselves even more.
Here's a good way of looking at that.
Wait,
go ahead, Eva.
What's wrong with that? Because that makes my life easier.
Well, here it is.
What's wrong with it?
Here it is. Exactly what he just said.
I'm being facetious.
What's wrong with that? If it makes something easier, that makes you lazy.
This is what people are doing. They're willing to give up their freedoms for a false sense of security. Well, look at it like this. When you're looking at a maximum security prison, how much freedom do you have?
Oh my gosh, I get that false sense of security every time I apply for a credit card.
And AJ, I've been in prison before twice, okay, and I can tell you this right here. And for all the people out there who want to say, "Oh, you crazy," this is coming from somebody who knows what the hell he's talking about when he speaks. Okay, when you're in prison, did you know the only difference that I feel in prison as opposed to the outside world as far as my freedom is concerned is the fact that I can leave where I stay when I please, and I can get laid and smoke me some weed when I please. Other than that, I'm not free to do anything else other than what I did in prison. I am told what I am allowed to do, what I am not allowed to do, and you know what? That's why I'm an anarchist, because I believe I can govern myself and still live a perfectly moral life.
But you know that there are countless military factions protecting our freedoms in other countries. So what are you talking about? I think you're a terrorist too.
Yeah, okay. I'm a terrorist. Then why aren't you hearing about any terrorist acts going on in Marietta, Georgia? If I'm a terrorist,
I don't know because I guess I'm a terrorist too.
Let's look at the TSA. Oh, they're supposed to be keeping us safe. Well, show me one terrorist that they found. Do you think a terrorist would be that dumb to go through that line? No, they'll find another way around it.
Seriously.
Okay, this is fact, okay? I was flying from California to DIA. DIA is Denver International Airport to see a friend of mine. Yeah, it's the most eeriest place I've ever encountered, okay? So I get it is very scary. So I get to DIA and they run me through. I had a layover in oh my goodness, starts with a P. It's in Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix. Okay, I had a layover in Phoenix. Okay, so they scanned me in Phoenix, and then so I get to DIA, and of course they scan me again, and this lady says, "Come over to this side right here," and it's like, oh my gosh, really? What the heck did I do, lady? No, actually, I was leaving DIA. I'm sorry. And so she pulls me over and she says, "There's something very dense in your purse and we can't identify it." And it's like, oh my gosh, really? So I literally took my purse and I just dumped it all out. And my purse, oh my gosh, I should be on Bob Barker's, show, and I would carry anything in my purse. And so
wow.
So So I dump out my purse, right? And I keep my lighter coins in one coin purse, and then I have another coin purse for my pennies. And this was the dense thing that they caught, and they couldn't figure out what it was, right? And right behind me is a family, and their baby is in a stroller, and this poor little child is crying. And this TSA worker, oh my gosh, she was just so hot. She wanted to get in that kid's diaper. I know she did, because she thought that kid was carrying something. But I could not believe it. And actually, I witnessed it. And hadn't I have witnessed it, again, grain of salt. But but yes,
you're better than me.
My terrorist acts only involve 2 coin purses. Okay.
Well,
so go on.
Well, what Renegade was talking about, I'm going to tell you, to be quite honest, please, Renegade hit the nail on the head. It's a false sense of security that you are given, because everybody wants to feel safe and secure.
Mm-hmm.
So you create that false sense of security, and what do you have? You've got sheep bleeding all over the place, wandering around following the leader, which is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And that's exactly what we have in this country, and it's getting worse by the day, not better. And,
are we being too, gentlemen? Are we being too critical of our government, who is there to protect us?
Hell no.
Just a question, man.
You know what?
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Here's something I would like for you guys to read, and I'm not going to. I'll just tell you what it is. I don't know if anybody has ever really done a lot of study on the history of the Civil War, pre-Civil War, Civil War, and just right after the Civil War. But I would like for, especially Jag and Renegade, and you even, would like for y'all to just look up, when you have the opportunity, the letters of secession from the United States by the 13 states that left the U.S. And it will blow your mind, because every state, all 13 states, their opening statement was, we joined the Union because we were promised our borders would be protected, we would not have to deal with in the case of the Texas one, it says we will not have to do with the savages attacking us, the people coming across the border from our neighboring country, Mexico, blah, blah, and just went on and on listing all the grievances. And it's exactly what we're talking about right now in this country today. Wow. And every state, and Georgia's, believe it or not, Georgia's is probably the most well-written one of all 13. And the thing of it is that, I'm 68, and when I went to high school, they never taught me about that Texas letter of secession. They never taught me about any of those. But
right.
It was just absolutely a mind-opening experience to read those letters. But what they went through in the South then is exactly what we're going through the whole United States right now. We have no border security. We're not being protected by the people that we're bringing into this country, letting into this country. We're being attacked on all sides, not only on our left and right flank, but we're being attacked head-on from our own government that we own.
Right on the inside out.
Is that a form of racism? Racism, government shenanigans. Because they're going to roll that into anything and everything they possibly can. Because you are a racist. I actually, and I for the life of me, I cannot remember.
I'm not racist. I hate everybody.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay. I'm right there with you. Team hate, yeah. But I forget who I was talking to, and they said, Eva, you have to watch this video by a gentleman called Tim Weiss, and it's called White Like Me. Okay, is there racism today? I'm a white girl. I feel like I am discriminated in every aspect I go to because I'm 29 years old and I am a widow, and I was being facetious about my age, but I'm 29 years old, I am a widow, and I am a white woman, and I do not feel as though I am in the group of white privilege.
Other white people?
those crackers.
Yeah, I have to actually add something to that because it was quite a few months back, when there was all that stuff, with police brutality and everyone making it to be a race thing. I mean, it's still going on now, but I mean, I had gotten into a debate with a guy on there, and I was actually defending, victims of police brutality, black people, white people, everyone. I was defending all of them. Well, this guy, and this was back when I actually had a picture on my profile. This is before a lot of people who know me now knew me. And this guy had the nerve to come at me and say that, oh, you're a white boy. There's no way you could ever understand, period. There's no way you could ever understand the struggle because you're white. And I told him, I was like, that doesn't make a difference because when I walk down the street dressed the way I dressed, walk the way I walk, and talk the way I talk sometimes, I'll get harassed just as quickly as a black man, a Mexican man, anybody. I'll get harassed just as quickly. So, yes, I do happen to understand that aspect of it, but also the struggle, period. Having to scratch and grind for everything that you've ever had. I know that. And I've done it my whole life. My mama did it coming up. My mama worked 3 jobs just to take care of us when our father split.
Hey, my dad.
So, yes, I know the struggle.
My father did not leave, but my mother still worked 2 jobs.
You know what, Jag, you just gave me a total thought that just hit me out of left field, and I want to go on record to make this statement right here, right now. Whatever today's date is, what is it? The 29th of December.
Yeah.
29th of December 2015. All right. Do you know how Face Crook recently has been pushing people to use their real name? Like, they'll literally shut your account down and make you have to send in a picture of your ID.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, they've done it to me several times.
So finally people get sick and tired. So what you got to do, I'll say this real quick, what you got to do is hide your IP address. So that way when you go back in, hold on, this isn't even my point. When you go back in, the same person who was tracking you to begin with won't be able to track anymore. But anyway, so just say you bit the bullet and you showed them your ID. Now they got you using your real name, okay, and they got all your information. From what I understand, law enforcement is going to start being able to use Facebook when they pull you over. They'll be able to look at your profile and basically profile you right then and there. Now, check this out. I don't know if people noticed it, but right the first day that I saw it, I posted about it. One day I went to post a picture, and all these little gray squares started popping up in the picture.
Oh, yeah.
Facial recognition.
Right.
I could have put a picture of me holding up a magazine and still recognize that there was a face on that magazine and also me. I could have been standing in front of a billboard or a bunch of people in a crowd. Everybody's face had a little gray box, and you could tag it. Well, check this out.
Yeah.
The day you know to get off of Facebook is when they start demanding to see your real picture and not a fake, profile picture, like a smiley face or, someone's butt or something like that, or like me, a freaking unicorn. Or Jag, your picture, that dude, whoever he is. Yeah.
I identify with Bane because he's a very cunning, intelligent, dangerous individual.
But think about it.
He's a ninja turtle.
if they already got the facial recognition, they're going to know what your face looks like. So if they attach your name to that picture of you and they start demanding your real picture as a profile picture, I advise everybody get out of there and get off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know,
because I am forever being banned on Facebook, okay? Anybody that has known me for years and years and years since I've been on Facebook, I'm usually in Facebook jail, yeah, pretty regularly. But what I have, and yes, I do use my real name. That is right now I'm using my maiden name, but that is my real name. I don't have any phone number attached. I have truly, it's pretty much a non-existent email to just so that I can get onto Facebook. And I do have other accounts that Facebook, thus far, because I keep them on the down low, they do not hassle me. Like for the show tonight, I was diligently inviting everybody like I always do, and then bada bing, bada boom. Okay, you have been temporarily blocked because you are going too fast. Okay, first and foremost, what does that mean? Am I a quick typist? No, I'm not. I'm like general typing 101. I don't type good. So where do they get? You are going too fast.
Their algorithm couldn't keep up with your clicks. No, I had it happen to me once too. So I stepped out for an hour and came back in and started clicking on the people slower. And then I would skip a couple people.
You know what?
Because you can only put out 500 invites.
They did not well, you can put out more if you work the system, okay? I'll send that to you in a personal message. But yeah, this was totally ridiculous. So what I did was I went to the event page and I posted their infraction against me. You know, you have what did they say? It was like so stupid. You have like you have been temporarily blocked. No, I have misused their system.
Yeah.
Okay, if your system is so freaking ass antiquated, then update it. Update your system so it isn't antiquated, because I know I'm a slow typist. I type maybe 40 words a minute. And
why don't they update it as quickly as they update their app?
I'm telling you, man, we've got to all jump ship and go to worldtruth.org, man. They don't give a crap what name you use. Everybody on there is a freaking awake. There's no dumb rules. You don't get blocked. You don't get grounded. It's just like Facebook.
Hey, I'm actually happy to say that I haven't been to Facebook jail in over 3 months, and that's actually pretty nice considering I'm a politically incorrect individual, and I'm going to say it how it is, and I don't care if you're offended. I went to Facebook jail quite a few times back to back over the course of a month. Ended up having to delete the profile and create a new one because I refused to be silenced. You hear that, Facebook?
Austin Thomas was the same way. Austin got hammered by them.
I'm not sure what it is with me, because when I feel unafraid, because you have that sense about you that you are going to go to Facebook jail. You know it. I know it's coming on at any given second. So what I will do is I will take a scenic route over to another Facebook page that I have, and I will start posting on my real Facebook page things and just call them out on their atrocities and stuff. But this time around, I was mad because here I am. It's smooth momentum. It's going great, guys. And then all of a sudden, you are temporarily blocked, and it's like, what the Debbie?
I'm telling you, hide your IP.
Okay.
Hide your IP.
Yeah, and so but. You know what? It doesn't matter. I got turned on to this show recently, and it's rather quite interesting. It's called Mr. Robot. okay, and it is actually based on Anonymous, and the main character is a hacktivist, and what he does is he takes down conglomerate corporations, okay? It's called evil corporations, and that's what he does, is he will just annihilate them on the computer. I do know hacktivists, thank God I do, and I'm really in good with you guys. But, and that's what you have to do, because there is no surefire way that you are protected 100%. I don't care if you use Tor, because I used to use Tor all the time. And what they would do is, this was a constant with them. And I got so frustrated with them, although I liked their product, is that what they would do is they would question my location all the time. You tried to log in from Guam. No, I've never been to Guam, okay? So, no, I didn't try to log in from Guam. I found that Tor is no better than, anything is better. Anything is better than the original. What is that? Starts with a I or E, and then there was Google, and then there was Tor, and then now there's Foxfire. I like Foxfire, but Foxfire is actually an entity of Tor. Yeah. So, really, where are you safe, Renegade?
Sorry, I'm here. What was that?
Okay, where are you safe, Renegade? Wake up, Renegade.
What I do is I don't log out, what I'll do is I'll let myself go idle, and then I turn on my IP hider, and I reactivate in. I go in and get my account going again, and it hides it. One time I posted, it said it was coming. It came from Dubai. I'm like, cool.
What's you log out?
The thing about those
with family.
The thing about those IP hiders, and it's a good thing, is that what they do is they redirect you to various mirrors, and you mirror off these mirrors from one site to another, or from one spot to another. And that in itself, and I like your idea, Renegade. The IP, you hide your IP address, and you're 50% of the way to the good. The key to all of that is if you've ever had a driver's license, if you've ever been to the hospital, if you're on any kind of government assistance whatsoever, they already know who you are. There's no doubt about that. And you're absolutely correct about the facial recognition software they use, because I know people who actually do that kind of thing. And that data collection center that they have in Utah, believe me, it's not just for collecting emails. I promise you. They're setting up a worldwide database of people, and they will categorize and are going to categorize and are categorizing people to potential threat, no threat, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And and one of the things that all of us should be very happy about is how Amazon has handled it when NSA and the federal government said, we want your customer list, and they set up yours. We're not giving it to you, and they
have to.
Yeah, and they don't have to.
Sprint did the same thing. So I know AT&T turned over a bunch of information. And Sprint, I talked to one of the reps. They said they've already commissioned us to do so. We told them, no, you have a right to your privacy, and we respect it.
Yep.
Okay, but really, because I am totally playing devil's advocate during this whole show, is because do we truly know that they are out there to protect us? But I really, I want to take a break, you guys, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I am, it's going to be about 4 minutes and 22 seconds. I'm going to take us out to this break with Wake Up America by none other than Pola the White, a.k.a. Christopher Barlow, my bud, my homegrown talent. Here he is.
Now it's basically going to play a song until...
Neocon administration is Riel and Mossad. Bush, Silverstein, and Kissinger create this facade. No matter how you gon' look at it, millions have died. In this aftermath of lies, it's still spy versus spy. I can't see how aluminum planes shook the towers and both collapsed together in less than an hour. Demolition to me is what truly makes sense. But I'm just a rapper, so I rap for all of the dead. From the States to the Middle East, screaming jihad. But if you think like I do, it equals inside job. Why was Marvin Bush principal of security for WTC, United Airlines, coincidentally? No dub MDs, just the rational international war capitals, slaughtering the cattle in the battle. So more and more over, we forget to look back to point out who was really behind the 9/11 attack. Remember the fallen, wherever they're going, we shall not let you go in vain. We know that you've been slain for the profit of the evil and the power they retain. Trickery with television, went to war with civilians. It's our own government to blame. Our own government to blame. Wake up, America. Wake up, America. Wake up. The lies we were told and the lives that we lost. Supposed insecurity at too great a cost. Right out the window, man, our freedom's been tossed. We were fed falsities while the truth was embossed. And major corporations profit from the panic. Seems the American psyche was as fragile as ceramics. That these free falling towers can change the dynamics. The attack was on the masses. There's no arguing semantics. But was the 747s or controlled demolition? When every politician becoming rhetoricians, and the report from their commission was like the greatest fiction. The media is drilling you with constant repetition. It seems like the mission can only be confusion. Cause if you don't know your enemy, you can't seek retribution or strike back at those involved in the collusion. An inside job is the only real conclusion. Remember the fallen, wherever they're going, we shall not let you go in vain. We know that you've been slain for the profit of the evil and the power they retain. Trickery with television, went to war with civilians. It's our own government to blame. Our own government to blame. Wake up, America. Wake up, America. Wake up. Since the days of 9/11, revelations came apparent. False flags we inherit. More cash they have cherished. War past they call merits. Blood baths in the lands of all the poor children and all of their parents. And you wonder why my message seems so dang disparaged. Cause I seem to just see the grim reaper in his carriage. It seems we have a marriage with the destiny that breathes to never spare us. It just shares us with the company that's careless. I may live on the other side of America's coast, but that don't keep me from seeing all of New York's ghosts. This ain't a joke, and yes I know that the people have fallen, but the 9/11 report is like a hoax, and that's a problem. We must bomb them with our knowledge. We must show the fallen homage. We continue to look deep until the criminals are beaten. We are chosen, we are speaking. This is Wake Up America with Savior the Beast, Paula the White and James Easton. Remember the fallen, wherever they're going, we shall not let you go in vain. We know that you've been slain for the profit of the evil and the power they retain. Trickery with television, went to war with civilians. It's our own government to blame. Our own government to blame. Wake up, America. Wake up, America. Wake up. Remember the fallen, wherever they're going. We shall not let you go in vain. We know that you've been slain for the profit of the evil and the power they retain. Trickery with television, went to war with civilians. It's our own government to blame. Our own government to blame. Wake up, America. Wake up, America. Wake up.
And that was Wake Up America by none other than Pola the White. And you can find him on SoundCloud, and that is Polar, the THA, White, WHITE. Please look him up. He is an outrageous artist, personal friend of mine. I've actually had the pleasure to meet him. And Christopher Barlow, thank you very much for your fight. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody back in. Let's see. Okay. Just a minute, I will. Okay. Buenos dias, Michael.
Oh, well, buenos dias.
I'm being international tonight. Okay, guess what country I am from? Buenos dias. That is Michael.
Oh, what a show!
Hola.
What a show!
Hola is
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
¿Cómo está to Renegade? So what language was I speaking?
Hey, I sent you a text. I told you should have played my song. What you going to do? It talks about everything we're just speaking of.
You know what? I love you, Renegade, but you have to be quicker. I mean, the bathroom actually was calling me, Wake Up America, and because I'll be honest with you guys. I am kind of bringing in the new year right now because I have that false sense of security that I'm going to be staying home on New Year's Eve. So I decided that I'm going to spend it here at home in a nice, quiet environment, which is totally, completely safe, and I don't have to drive. So I am partaking in this awesome possum. I go to Costco, and you can get Kirkland vodka. It is American vodka. I hear that it is actually Grey Goose, but bottled under Costco's name, and it is distilled 6 times. And me being Russian, of Russian descent, that I am very partial to vodka. So I do encourage everybody to go to your local Costco and grab a bottle of, I don't know if this is a gallon or what have you. It's pretty big.
Not in PA.
It's 1.75 liters, and you can get that whole bottle distilled 6 times, okay? So it's very smooth, people, and you can walk out of Costco with it for $15.11, okay? So
that's not
bad.
In
Pennsylvania. Not in Pennsylvania, you can't.
So Costco, please send the region. Go ahead.
Well, Renegade, what did they do? Get rid of all the state stores in Pennsylvania?
No, we got them. That's where you got to go to get your alcohol.
Okay,
you can't even go. You go down south. It's funny because when you go across that Mason-Dixon line, which I've been down, I got relatives in the south and been down there on business trips and all. And as soon as we get across that Mason-Dixon line, we pull into like a Sunoco or an A+ service station, get gas. You walk in to pay or whatever, or go in to get a drink of water, and all of a sudden I see these coolers filled with ice and these beers, like single beers. I'm like, oh wait, I'm not in PA anymore. I'll take one of them. We don't get that around here.
Renegade, I know you are from PA. So how close are you in proximity to Blairsville?
Blairsville?
Yeah.
Like the Blairsville Witch Project? Maryland?
Oh, my God. Really? Really? Yeah, all I do is know that my father was born in Blairsville, Pennsylvania.
I'd have to look. I'm not sure. But it sounds like that'd be out in maybe mid to western Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
whatever.
I used to live in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. You're right near me.
Back then, I'll tell you something. The one thing I loved about Phoenixville was there was a Schuylkill River went right underneath a bridge that kind of separated 2 parts of the town. And on the other side of the river, there was this little bar, and I could go over there. Now, this is a long time ago, folks. This is back in the 60s. I could get a real tall Pilsner glass with draft beer for 25 cents and a boiled egg for a nickel.
Wow.
Wow.
those two are a wicked combination. I promise you. Especially when it was Black Label beer on draft.
Now that is so. That's funny because I've been catching. I don't watch television. For those of you who know me, I haven't watched television for 9 years. But if I go to somebody's house, I can't be so rude and say, "Turn that shit off." But I have on occasions. But anyhow, so. I totally lost my train of thought, guys. I'm so sorry.
I got to tell this funny story, since Renegade is from and lives in Pennsylvania. It's called the Schuylkill Expressway, but people call it the Schuylkill Expressway.
Yeah, and Schuylkill Expressway.
Yeah. Yep. But when you're on that expressway, as you're going into Philadelphia, there's a huge sign that says, "Welcome to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love." Well, I was going into Philadelphia one day, and the traffic was all backed up. I mean, it was just backed up and just creeping along. And when I got up to where the problem was, there had been a little bit of a fender bender, and they had pulled off the side of the road right by that sign. And there was 2, 3, maybe 4 guys duking it out underneath that sign over this wreck. And I'm going, oh, my God.
City of brotherly love.
But no, I'll tell you, I love Pennsylvania. I used to go to the Amish country up in Lancaster County.
Yeah.
And
down area.
Oh, man, they had some of the best food I ever ate in my life there.
Truly,
you go.
Truly, those Amish know how to live it up. But I want to remind all the listeners, if you would like to chime into this conversation and become part of the crowd, come on, people. The phone number is 347-850-8229. Again, 347-850-8229. If you want to chime into the conversation, please press 1, and I will bring you into this. You know what? I can't even say it.
Shenanigans. Show of Shenanigans.
The show of Shenanigans.
Let me ask this question to start this half of the show.
Hold on. You can't lead away from Amish country, X. I got to ask you a question because I've asked people on Facebook if they've ever heard of these 2 particular pies, and I know you did.
Yeah.
Shoe fly pie and funny cake.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's it.
But you know what? The shoe fly pie is not only good, but there's a reason why they call it shoe fly pie. And the Amish would make these pies, and they'd cool their pies in the window.
Yep.
And they'd have somebody that walk by occasionally, and if the flies landed on the pie, they would go shoe fly, and that's where it got its name.
Oh, I don't blame them flies for landing on that. It is delicious.
It is.
This is what I tell everybody. I may not be the prettiest pie cooling on the windowsill, but I am the best pie you'll ever have. Okay.
I'll tell you this though. Here's a gentleman that we were also speaking with. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name earlier.
Oh, my name's Mike.
Michael.
Michael, we friends on Facebook?
I'm not sure if we are. The thing of it is, let me tell you something.
I know he is with me, AJ.
Yeah, this is what has happened to me on Facebook over the last 8 or 9 months, because I've become rather vocal about certain issues, mainly issues we're talking about right now. I suddenly have this influx of people. I'm not kidding you. 4 or 5 a day want to be my friends that either don't have any friends on Facebook or they have one friend in common, and that makes me a little bit nervous. And
I don't accept them.
I don't.
Nor do I. I mean, my rule is they have to have at least 15 to 20 people as mutual friends, and then I will do because Oh my gosh, Kitty Wolf, God bless you. I love you, Miss Kitty. She's not doing too well. All prayers are greatly appreciated, guys. But I don't want to start being a ball bag or anything like that. So I'll cut that part of it short. But please, if you accept a friend request, it is so simple. All you do is have to go to About. First of all, go to About.
Yes.
And then you can research them from there. And then you can proceed and see how much interaction they've had with a mutual friend. And, and do it from there, because you cannot. Well, I don't know, Renegade. Come on, you've been doing this as long as I have, and we are.
I actually look at their wall, and if I see one thing that I am just not in agreement with, like if I see people posting a lot of New Age crap, declined.
Right on.
Yeah, for real.
No,
I'm done with that stuff, man.
I'm right with you, Renegade, because I do feel that I am totally, completely awake, and I am walking this our reality every day on a day-to-day basis, and we cannot be too careful. But then sometimes, again, devil advocate. Okay, right now, guys, I have an angel on one shoulder, and I have a devil on the other shoulder. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to go play this as best to my ability. Because, you know what? Can we be 100% safe? Question.
Well, that's an extraordinary question, extraordinarily good question, because I can tell you, I don't think we can be 100% safe at all, simply because we are so much a part of the matrix. Which, and even though we don't want to be, I know I don't, Jag and Renegade and you, Eva, I know you guys don't want to be a part of the matrix.
No.
But the matrix is like a huge spider web. Coming to my parlor, said the spider to the fly, and he lands on the web, and the fly can't ever get away again. And that's exactly what the matrix is. And and all it is indoctrinated psychosis. That is exactly what the matrix is. And
this is
go ahead,
what I'm
Eva.
hearing from you, Michael, is that all of us, no matter race, creed, or color, doesn't matter your gender, we are all part of the matrix, and and we have to choose either the red pill or the blue pill, and we have to do that based upon our knowledge. Am I wrong?
Right. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. And you know what? I actually, what you just said right there, what you guys were just talking about with the Matrix, as I got done the shower tonight, if for some reason, when I'm at work, I do a lot of thinking, and when I get into the into the shower, and it's like everything hits me that I was thinking about. And I try to wrap it all up, in my little bit of time to get a shower. But I got out, and that song by Steelers Wheel or whatever was stuck in my head. I got jokers to the left of me, clowns on the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. But it led me to my next song that I've been working on, and I know I'm going to actually use that chorus just in the very beginning, and then go on with my song. Like, I have this whole format played out. So, yeah, the Matrix, was stuck in the middle of you.
Yes, it. Bingo. You're absolutely correct. Which brings me to the question that I wanted to ask. We've brought up and talked about a whole lot of symptoms, but we've never actually or haven't actually talked about the root cause of the problem, which is, as
remedy.
Eva so eloquently puts it, and I'm not even going to try because I can't even come close. So I want to pose this question to Renegade and Jag, because I brought it up when Eva and I first started tonight. I started thinking about this, and Renegade, like you, I was thinking about it when I was taking a shower the other night. All of a sudden, we're starting to see, well, not all of a sudden, but over the last course of a year and a half, up to now, we've been seeing all of these situations come up where Obama and scary Hillary Skillery and Dianne Feinstein and all of those
Hillary.
Yeah. What really bothers me is this. Is it possible that those people who are screaming for gun control, gun confiscation, gun regulations, blah, 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 Bernie Sanders and the rest of those nut jobs, is it possible that they're getting a kickback?
Yes.
And before y'all jump in, I wanted to finish it. Is it possible that they're getting a kickback from the weapons manufacturers, and that the ultimate person or the ultimate entity here that is getting all of the money, is it not possible that the NRA and the Manufacturing Association of these weapons is getting kickbacks? And the reason I say that is because look at it like this. We already know that the wars that we have created have spurned the military-industrial complex to the point that they are busting at the seams manufacturing weapons, trying to develop new techniques to kill people and this, that, and the other.
Right.
And that is simply because of the wars that we have generated. Is it possible that this
I heard business is booming. I heard you mention that earlier. I thought it was a very valid point. You made me go,
Okay, because you know what? In all actuality, all of us have to go, and question everything, because I know that the NRA, no matter what you say, is kind of like the women's movement, because they're going to bait you into their line of thinking. I have been to countless rallies and protests, and I get who approaches me, like within the first hour is a Tea Party member. And it's like, okay, I will stand there politely, and I politely biting my tongue, and I will listen to what they have to say. And the Tea Party, if Bill Clinton is backing the Tea Party, there's something wrong with the Tea Party.
I'd say so.
Common sense. Common sense tells you, okay? And so you have the NRA who is making provisions for all these atrocities that the government is causing upon people who are honest citizens who want to exercise their Second Amendment, okay? And I believe you have to go straight to the source, who is Larry Pratt. Larry Pratt is Gun Owners of America. He will annihilate. Okay. I used to date a well-known radio host who hosts on AM airways, and I will not divulge his name, but he knows Larry Pratt, and they're pretty tight, okay? And so whatever constitutes or laws that are coming into play, I will go to Gun Owners of America before I go to any place else, because Larry Pratt is for the people. He is not bought like the NRA.
Right.
Period.
Well, this was my thinking, though, when Michael brought that up earlier. Basically, what he was stating was, is this a psychological operation?
Bingo.
Right? Okay, because we know they do it all the time. They do it. Oil shortages, or hey, we got a shortage on light bulbs. People freak out. But yeah, you brought up a very valid point, and I was like, that's very possible. But it brought me back to the Iron Mountain report. I believe that was done in 1965, right in Iron Mountain out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, under Kennedy. Right. And it was basically a meeting of people on how to peacefully, under the golden age, how to disarm Americans. So I always resort back to that, because that is very real. And we know just from looking at the world how they want to disarm us. So the other possibility is these people are just, their egos are getting the best of them. Their string pullers are pulling on their strings a little bit tighter, and they're passing these laws. I think they're also testing us, as Jag mentioned earlier. Want to see how far they can push us until they get a reaction. And then, of course, they have their answer to that.
Already have that prepared for.
And this is the thing, though. This is confusion. Do you see that? You never get a straight answer from these people because you never know where they're coming from.
Right.
Nope.
And it's always this confusion. We can sit here and deliberate all day, and you know what? I think, hey, maybe it's a little bit of all of it. We don't know this because these people not only are secretive, but they operate on an agenda-driven purpose.
That bingo. And here's a good. Let me just make this one point, Renegade. Here's the thing. If you go back, and I know this is really going way back, but if you go back to the Battle of Waterloo, Baron Rothschild was financing France and England, and he knew because of his little spies that he had all over the place, he knew that the French were about to get beat. So he sent an emissary to England to create a panic, saying that the French were getting ready to kick not Cromwell but Cornelius's butt,
and basically win the war.
Yeah, and that France was going to win the war, and of course the stock market crashed. Whatever kind of stock market that he bought up all the stocks. Okay.
Yep.
Well, then of course 4 or 5 months later, word got back to England that England had actually kicked Bonaparte's butt. Yeah. And so then he turned around and sold the stuff back to the people in England at 5 times the price what he paid for it. And he paid so little for it wasn't even funny because people were afraid that there was just going to be nothing. Now, think about that and the analogies that was used by him in that particular conflict. Think about it like this, like what I was mentioning earlier about this business of everybody being in cahoots here. And that's not because I'm paranoid, it's because I think about things like this. What if what I had originally said is, in fact, a truism, and there is blood in the streets, and they snatch all the guns, and people are going ballistic, and martial law goes into effect, and Obumpkin issues an executive order, well, all elections are suspended because we're in a state of emergency and blah, 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 blah. Eventually, and I can promise you this, eventually there will be guns that people will be able to get back. So, not only are the manufacturers going to benefit from this in both ways, just like Baron Rothschild did both ways in the French, the Waterloo. So I don't, I'm like you, Renegade. They operate in so many strange and bizarre ways. It's really hard to keep track of exactly what they're doing. But Jag hit the nail on the head. It's gonna. I'm telling you, if they do this in California and it flows to another state, when they get to Texas, it's going to be holy hell. I mean, this will be the biggest war zone that ever was. And here's another point. In Houston today, the Houston Post, they had recorded some cops unknowingly, and there was some cops saying they were raising hell about the fact that Texas, as of January 1st, is open carry. And these cops were saying, I don't give a damn about those SOBs. If they've got a gun on their hip, that gives me the right to pull that gun, stop them, and if they try anything, it's unconstitutional for me not to be able to kill them. That was the exact words that were used.
Well, what then they need to realize is we have a right to defend our life, whether it be killing a cop or not.
Right.
That's another thing. I have another caller who is, I'm sorry, I'm trying out these new earbuds, bugs, whatever they're called. and
Buds.
they actually they suction into my ears, so it's really hard for me to connect with a lot of things. But we do have another caller on the air, and I am not positive of this caller's name, but I'm going to go ahead and bring you in. 470. Who might you be, please?
Am I live?
Yeah,
Right.
Johnson. Yeah, what's going on? That's my buddy
Right
Johnson.
on.
I just met him about a month ago.
What's going on,
Hello.
guys? I'm a
Welcome.
first-time listener / caller, however you want to put it. Lifetime terrorist, avid vodka drinker, only if it's distilled 5 times. And I'm enjoying everything that's going on. You guys are making my evening. It was very.
You and
I
I
enjoy
are
everything
best
that's going
friends
on,
already,
and,
okay?
Okay, excellent. I'll go by. He called me Johnson, but that's just I'm Drew P. Johnson is my alter ego.
You know what?
I've known,
I will call you Mr. Vodka, okay?
All right. So I've enjoyed everything that's going on, and right now I'm going through some stuff in my life. I might get along with Renegade. It seems like he's the tech guy over here, and I work for a voice over IP phone company, probably one that you're using. So phones over the internet, and went to school for computer science and math. But I'm a 5th generation dairy farmer as well. I grew up on a dairy farm.
I love you.
And I want to comment on the cop killer thing. It's something I was. Who's the cop killer? Who's the guy? Who's the guy that brought up? If you got a gun on your hip, I got the right to shoot.
Oh, that's me, Michael.
Right.
Renegade.
I grew up on a 4,200 acre dairy farm, chicken farm as well, in Greene County, Georgia. And I feel much the same way. So right now I moved up here to Atlanta to go to college and get a good job, move away from the farm. But I grew up where if I saw you and I didn't know you, even when I was very young, I got my first gun when I was 9 years old for Christmas. And if I run into you, if I happen to stumble upon you, you want to talk about privacy and rights, you have no right to accuse me of anything, because if you're seeing what I'm doing, you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. And I have every right to kill you.
You know what? Are you single? I need to marry you because you are the man that I am looking for.
Well,
I love that. Thank you.
I'm a young man, and the reason I'm so
it's okay.
intrigued.
I'm a cougar. We'll get
spend my
along
time
fine,
on
okay?
the phone instead of sleeping for work tomorrow is because I grew up working to live versus living to work. And this is something I've come to terms with living up here. And I work, like I said, it's a publicly traded company. You know, I went to school, got my degree, got my job, been working there close to 2 years.
It's okay, baby. You know what? I won't fault you for anything.
Sick and tired of sitting at my desk working to make money to pay for the place that I keep my things while I'm away, just to go back and sleep and wake up to go sit at my desk to make money to pay for the place that I keep my things while I'm away. Sick and fucking tired of it. So I'm right now, I will tell you, I'm balding up while I'm young. No kids, no girl, nothing. Selling everything I own.
Eva.
Put in my 2 weeks, and I'm going to hike the AT. I'm going to leave February 1st. I'm going to do a northbound hike and a southbound hike. And budget's $4,000. So I'm just going to live this year on $4K and not fuck around with money that much while I'm young.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
that's
what I'm doing right now.
What exactly can I call you, Jonathan?
My name is, my first name is Johnson. I'll tell you all that.
I'm sorry. Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry. I only had one earbud in my ear. What was?
My first name is Johnson, so you guys can call me Johnson.
Okay,
but you won't find me on Facebook.
I'm totally in lust with you already. So.
Hey, can I quick touch on something that Jags mentioned earlier?
Yes, you can.
Relevant to what Michael was saying. You know, about, the states, coming under fire and they coming and trying to confiscate guns, as dumb as they would be to do that. And I think they're a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you mentioned, Jag, about them bringing in the National Guard or the militarized police. What the oligarchs, or the string pullers aren't counting on is all the people in the armed forces that are awake and are not going to go against the American people because they like their guns too.
Yep.
So
exactly.
The oligarchs are very naive when it comes to that, and their ego has gotten the best of them.
Yep.
Well, you're absolutely right, Renegade. But what do we do when 3/4 of our military force is overseas fighting the invisible enemy?
That was my next point.
That's where we are totally, completely SOL, because the only persons that are here to protect us are ourselves, and we have to diligently exercise that. Because if we do not... See, I'm not your atypical chick, okay? I can be totally, completely femme fatale and into math makeup if need be. But I wear so many different hats, and I want my God-given freedoms back. I want them to be passed on to my children and my grandchildren, if I ever have any. That is my whole goal in this game plan. I will not go down without a fight.
Exactly.
And whether my children agree upon it or not, because one's out, two are in, so odds are for me. But you know what? I will fight to my dying day for their freedom, their independence, their non-compliance. This is what you people are walking through, and I'm going to say it because a lot of people don't have the balls to say it. You are walking through life with blinders on. First and foremost, shut off those fucking TVs. Shut off the TVs.
That's a fact.
And then proceed from there, okay? That is your first thing. Shut off the television sets and do your own research. And I do apologize for using the F word, but one of my favorites.
Don't apologize. Fuck that politically correct shit.
But but that's neither here nor there, Jag, because I do have a responsibility to my listeners, and I do respect them, because I know a lot of my listeners have children, and they're listening in on this subject, this topic, this show tonight, and I have to respect them. But people, really, in all actuality, research yourself, research your whole being. What are you about?
Yeah.
I am about.
Well, you know what I'm about. I'm gonna keep making my music.
I am.
There you go.
I love your music, Renegade. You know, you and I talk on personal messages and shit and stuff.
And phone calls and stuff, right?
Exactly. And I am a big part of your network. Without Renegade, I would not be doing this. Okay?
Yeah. I love having you here.
He is the ISB source of this network. Okay? And without him, I would have still been him-hawing for months. For months, Renegade approached me and he said, "Hey, you want your own show?" And it's like, ooh, I kept making excuses. And then finally, he corralled me, and it's like, okay, I surrender. Okay, my arms are up. I surrender. I'm totally, completely in the nude. Take me as I am. And I approached it, and I went on full bore. Why? Because this is what my destiny is.
And all your shows rock.
Yeah,
I mean, they all do.
Thank you.
So, okay. Well, let me ask this. Since the show is about government shenanigans, this is another question I have.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Say it.
Government shenanigans.
Hold on, hey Michael, before you jump, you ask your question. I got to jump out here. I got to be up way too early in the morning. But
okay.
I just wanted to give a shout out to the Philly cheesesteak. Michael, you know what that's all about.
Dude, before you go, I'm telling you, the best Philly cheesesteak I ever had in my life was on Market Street in downtown Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, some good ones.
My God,
but you didn't have the best one yet because you never had one of mine. that I cook with choice sirloin.
Everybody right here, stop right here and now. This is what I'm hearing you say, Renegade. Okay, everybody is invited over to my house for Philly cheesesteaks, and it is totally, completely carte blanche. And you can, and you know what? If you want to add fries, you're going to get them for free.
BYOB.
Wow.
Yeah,
and you got to get one of them pretzels. Just don't get one off one of the street vendors because they get behind the bushes and do some things and don't wash properly. All right, everyone, man. I had a great time. Awesome show. It's awesome talk with all you. And hey, man, everybody out there listening and everyone here right now, man, just keep fighting for freedom. Don't be a freedom fighter. Fight for freedom. You don't want to fight freedom. You want to be a fighter for freedom.
Right.
So God bless you all, man. Happy New Year to everybody.
All right. Happy New Year to you, dude.
Much
Renegade,
love, man.
You know I'll
see you this Friday night on the show. I expect you to be there, Renegade.
I'll be there.
Okay, my total heart goes to you, Renegade. Thank you so much for your belief in this awesome opportunity you have given me to be part of your network. I so greatly appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. And if in doubt, use your crochet hooks.
And buy a cheesesteak, dang it.
That too.
All right, everyone. God bless, man. Love you all.
Right.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye,
man.
All right, brother.
Bye.
See you.
You know what, Renegade? I had been with another network, NWO, and NWO, James and Pendine. It's been like forever since I had been there, and I was a co-host with Ian Maddox. I adore Ian, and I adore his mother. We are very, very close Facebook friends. I love them both to no end. So Ian so graciously invited me to be his co-host, which I accepted. And our show, E for Eternity, was very much a success, but unfortunately Ian and I got a divorce, but we still remain very amicable, and I adore him. I adore his mother. So I want to thank Ian for giving me the opportunity to co-host with you. I want to thank Renegade for, oh my gosh, Renegade would be like knocking at my back door. Check, just get your show going. And then finally, Renegade just said the right words to me. It was in brief synopsis, it was like, do or die. Do it now, Eva. You can do it on your own accord. Just do it. And I did, and I cannot thank Renegade so much for giving me this opportunity to be a part of ISB Network. Thank you, Renegade. I love you.
Bingo.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's good. All right. Well, here's the other thing that I wanted to bring up when we talk about government shenanigans. Let's talk about the manipulation.
Michael, wait. Government shenanigans.
There you go.
I don't know what it is about that word, but it is just such an ultimate orgasmic word to me. I love government shenanigans, and it could be any category, like Facebook shenanigans. It's just that word, shenanigans, that I am just like, bro, that is like my word. I love shenanigans. Okay, go ahead, Michael. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's no problem. But you know, one of the shenanigans that's pulled is the money manipulation that we have in this country. You know, you've got the Federal Reserve that raises interest rates and lowers interest rates, and then we have, believe it or not, planned downturns. We have all of that is all planned, but the one thing that never changes in all of that is the need of food, water, toilet paper, and all that stuff. So those of us who need that supply, what happens? Who is the person that punches that button and says, okay, we're going to have a depression? And why do they want to do that?
The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, it's them.
Yes, that's exactly
my goodness. Okay, because I was talking to a friend of mine who said a woman that hurt his pride. But I was speaking to a female friend of mine who has been my friend, I don't know, forever it seems like. But she has, you know, I confided in her and I said, you know, I've been kind of like bummed out. I want to do these shows and I want to do this and I want to do that. And Michael knows firsthand, we had a totally, completely different topic that had been planned. And then I was like creating the event page and everything, the links of the show, and I wasn't feeling it. And but my friend, she said, Eva, you know, you got to talk about this, you got to talk about that, you got to talk about this and that. And thank you, Leslie, for being a pain in my ass. But it's so true. I had posed this when I was with Ian and we were doing E for Eternity show. I had posted on my Facebook, what subjects do you want us to talk about? And I'm not one of those, you know, I'm not a delicate little flower, okay? I can hold my own. And I will go nose to nose I will go nose to nose with the heavyweight of the world. It doesn't matter to me. You better know your stuff.
That's it.
And that's what the whole thing is about. And so she and I, you know, and she's been a friend. Oh, gosh. She's been a dear friend for years and years and years. She, too, is going through a debilitating disease. But she and I, we are cosmic pod, because her and I could actually go and take our shtick and put it on vaudeville again, and people would actually get it. I mean, we could finish each other's sentences. Her and I are just so uncanny. But, you know, this is, guys, what is the solution to these problems?
Revolution.
That's it.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. Okay, wait, hang tight. Okay, we have 90 seconds, and if you want to become part of this broadcast, you have to dial into 347-850-8229. Again, the phone number is 347-850-8229. Please press 1 to chime in. If you do not do that, again, 347-850-8229, and if you don't dial in, then you're not going to get this on live broadcast. You will have to listen to it in the archive section. Again, 347-850-8229. So chime in and press 1 if you want to, if you actually want to speak with us. So I'm so sorry to to you, Michael, for interrupting you. Go ahead.
Oh, no. That's not a problem, because it's very important that the public is aware of what we have to say, and the only way that we can do that is to announce the telephone number and the fact that there might be overtime or overdrive or whatever it is that it's called. But in order to be in that particular segment, one has to call in very quickly, or they won't be involved in that. And so, no, anytime you have to do something like that, please do. You're not interrupting me. You're actually promoting the show, and that is the ultimate reason why we're here.
Well, wake the masses.
Wake the
Let
Jags.
me chime in on the masses. Let's tie it all together for a second. I want to talk about government shenanigans. And the masses, the people. So let's talk about this idea of. Let's speak on Da Vinci's half for a second. So Leonardo da Vinci said something about each and every one of us. He says there's three types of people: those who see when shown, and those who do not see. And there's an Islamic idea that's very popular, or Islamic philosophy rather, that's very popular up north, New York and areas like that, where they call it the 85%ers, the 15%ers, and the 5%. Maybe you're all familiar with it. Most people, like, your neighbors, your workmates, your peers, even, maybe even some family members, they just kind of fall in line, and someone mentioned it earlier, sheep, term commonly thrown around. Kind of just listen to whatever's going on, and the government gets to do what you're saying, put whatever in the media and let people feel a certain way, and it's just accepted and practiced even day to day, and it's I really don't have any. I have nothing but regret for those people. I feel for every single one of them. But we also have those who see when shown, and these are your politicians that are corrupt, and these people know what's going on. They see the bigger picture. They know exactly what they're doing, and they take advantage of their intelligence. And they have the little 5%ers. So if you want to talk about a revelation, want to talk about rise up, you're going against 95% of the population.
You say you want a revolution.
I mean, how many people are in here? How many people are in here? Count them off. 8, 5.
Well, when you think about it, Jonathan, and I hope you don't mind me calling you Jonathan, but when you think about the American Revolution, of course, that was a violent revolution. And while I don't advocate a violent revolution unless that is the final answer, when you look at the American Revolution, there was only 3% of the population that even agreed to it,
right, much
less wanted to be a part of it. And we turned this into the greatest nation in the world, in the history of the world, really. I mean, nothing can ever top the Industrial Revolution that we had from the mid-1850s, 1800s, to the end of the 1900s. I mean, that revolution was the most extraordinary thing that ever happened, and it happened because less than 3% of the population said no mas. I mean, it was just not going to happen anymore.
And, for the layman people, that no mas means no more. Okay.
Right. Yeah. I tell people in small arguments, especially at work, hey, if you don't stop, I'm going to practice my Second Amendment right to form a state militia.
or I will use my Jedi mind tricks upon you. but you know what? And a lot of people think that I'm okay. A lot of people think that I'm funny, but that is where I bring into my reality of things, okay? Because although I may be funny and people think that I'm far from stupid, people, okay?
Right.
And that's why I have OUReality network or show, okay? But and that you have to listen to all the aspects. I am going to be the Governor Wildstar, Governor Nicholas Wildstar is running for governor of California, and I am going to be his network in getting out his word. And I truly believe in the man. Dude is just, I have had the pleasure of physically meeting him and his wife, and he is for the people. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's black or white, and I forever tell everybody, because in my family, we are the melting pot. We truly are the melting pot. I had an initial family that came from, born and raised from the United States, and then I had family that came over here to the United States and melted into that pot, because in all actuality, I'm a white mutt, okay? I am a white mutt. I do not believe that there are any purebreds in this world. We are all part of the melting pot, okay? I have, oh my goodness, I have children-in-laws who are of Hispanic descent. I have niece-in-laws who are of black descent. I have, you know, the white descent. So we are mutts. We are truly mutts, and I want to. You know what? I want to challenge anybody to prove your heritage and prove that you are purebred. You can't do it.
Well, we're all 3% Neanderthal average.
Okay,
I mean, we kind of.
Wait.
Australopithecus has kind of ruined that. They for purebred. They kind of said, "Nah, I kind of want to just
okay,
replicate this genetic line."
You know, I want to challenge you, because I not only am I'm a white mutt, but let's put racism aside, okay? Yeah. Because no matter how you slice the pie, and how many times have I said this on my show, everybody, you cut open my arm, you cut open their arm, we are going to bleed the same color blood. We are on this enormous ship that is sinking, and it is. We have to work with each other, people. We cannot say, okay, he is black, I am against him. He is Hispanic, I am against him. He is white, I am against him. You can't do that. We're all on this same sinking ship.
I think there's a statement that fits right into what you're saying about race and about the importance of life, also about all these government regulations and the necessity for them. Arthur Schopenhauer.
Are we talking about government shenanigans?
No. We're just talking about people. So Arthur Schopenhauer, quick line says, "In death you will become what you were before your birth." Okay? In death you will become what you were before your birth. Right. Everyone becomes atomically what you're the pizza your mother ate. You're the air she breathed. You're right. So you become. You're Abraham Lincoln's piss. You're all of these things that were before you atomically, and eventually you become that again. And so there's nothing about you that's different. I mean, the way that, even like you said, when you all bleed the same blood, we don't even bleed the blood we think we do. It's blue. We see red blood. We don't even.
You know what?
Perception is reality. We have no idea what's happening.
Bingo, dude.
Thank you. I freaking love. Okay, if you are single, my phone number is blah 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 blah. Okay,
I've got the show on food now. I'll be chiming in.
you have hit the nail on the head. You are absolutely right. So
we all feel the same way, right?
Yeah.
Leonardo,
I mean, the thing of it is that we all came from the same seed, regardless of how you look at it.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, God created all of us, and I apologize if that offends people, but that's exactly the way it is. I mean,
we're all human. We're all human at the end of the day. I hate this race stuff. I mean, because it's not about a race. All right, we are a species. We are the human species. Okay.
Right.
I mean, people need to stop doing this race stuff. Do they even do that race stuff with animals? And there's different kinds of cats, different kinds of dogs, different kinds of this, different kinds of that. Do they call them races? No, they call it a species. Now stop feeding into this race shit, you ignorant. I'm sorry.
Well, it's actually
I love
true.
you, Jag.
I love you too, Ava.
The problem with all of this is it's not so much who we are, it's what we have become as a result of. And that's what, for every action there's a reaction, and so as we have developed, depending on how you believe in our development, the fact of the matter is what we are today is what we are right now. I mean, we look at the past and we live in the present, but you don't ever really see the present because everything that you perceive has already gone past you. And that's simply because it takes your brain a tenth of a second to determine what it is that you perceive. And
right, like when you think you're a genius because you feel your pocket and your cell phone rings at the same time.
Right.
I was just thinking of the song.
Stop for a second because I am having a total moment. My show, my moment, and you are Jonathan from where?
It's Johnson, like the last name, but it's my first name.
Johnson. Okay, you know what, Mr. Johnson? You have to friend me on Facebook if we are not friends. And you have to go to Murmur, MERMER, Eva, EVA, and you have to friend me because I am totally in lust with you. But, okay, I am.
I should take you.
You know what? I can only be who I am, and that is honest. And
where are you located?
Okay.
I'm hitting
you
the
know
trail.
What?
I'm on the East Coast. I'm walking north. I'm going from Georgia to Maine.
I am so located wherever you want me to be. Okay. Listen to her. She's trying to score a date or something. But we have another caller on the line with her hand up, and I'm going to go ahead and bring them in because, honestly, I've been drinking that distilled 6 times vodka, and I'd be loving it. And the number is, okay, it is, oh my God, did I already bring you in? Oh my goodness, 747 717. You are Craig.
Yeah.
Hello, hola, mi amigo Craig. And you know what? This is like so funny. I have to like add this little tidbit because of government shenanigans. Okay. Because I passed Spanish because I knew hola Paco, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Y tú, señor Mendez? Okay, Mr. Lesnick, he was a 7th, 8th grade teacher, and because I knew that short little phrase, he like passed me on for Espanol. So, hola, Craig, how are you? Hi, Craig.
On a racist issue.
Oh my gosh, really? Do you have to throw in the racist card?
Everyone speak for yourself. Tell everyone else to speak for themselves. There you go. It's all gone.
Okay, okay, wait, Craig. Let me pose because I am playing the devil's advocate. She is sleek and she is cunning, but she is playing the devil's advocate. Okay. You know, because I had mentioned this earlier on my show about this dude, and he is totally into white privileges. Okay, personally, I am born and raised a white woman in this not so grand society of freedom, and because I am totally completely awake, and I do not find any type of privilege in where I stand in this pile of poop.
Exactly. Ain't no privilege here at all.
You know what, dude? Really, I promise you. You go down to, we'll say hypothetically, let's go down to the welfare office. Okay, I am a cutie pie. You cover your ears, Johnston. Okay, but okay. I am a white woman who I do not consider privileged in any way, shape, or form. I have got to my plateau on my own accord, and I have not been helped out in any way, shape, or form. Bada bing, bada boom. Your reply?
Drop the mic. Drop it. Just drop it.
I'm not going to drop it. I am not going to drop it because it's my show, damn it. No. Hey,
Eva, you know what I'm referencing, right? I'm referencing the little drummer guy. After he finishes drumming on Robot Chicken, he puts the sticks together and drops them like he just beat you. There is no. Yeah, it's like kind of like how a freestyle rapper does it when they're rapping. When they know they just killed it, they just hold the mic out and drop it.
Okay, but wait, are we? See, this is one of the things that drives my personal friends, crazy about me, is when I get into analytical thinking, because being in the position that I am, I too, although I I don't get along with Virgos all too well, so. But because Virgos are continuous analytical thinkers. Okay, they will analyze the analytical analyze of the analytical that they have analyzed. Okay, and I am the person who is cut and dry. You know what, dude? If it is raining, let's put those towels or tarps over our heads. Okay, let's get it done. I don't want you to build
I never told her I was a Virgo.
But you, I knew,
Stood around talking.
I love that. But
Stood around talking, but I'm ready to say.
Oh, you totally threw me off my kilter. I am having so much fun tonight. Everybody knows that I am so cool, calm, collective, and what else do you want to speak about, Johnston?
You were advocating something.
I don't advocate shit. I don't advocate anything, okay? I advocate my rights, your rights, everybody's rights. But you know what, Craig, you haven't been on my show in a long time, dude. What's going on with you?
I don't know. I can't get a word in edgewise.
Okay, everybody, including Eva, shut your mouth. Craig has the floor. Go ahead, Craig.
All right. I was going to talk about affluenza, the outbreak that we've got in this country. And what are we going to do to stomp out affluenza?
Okay, Okay, but you know what, Craig? You pick a topic that is so out of the realm of our reality that is within our grasp that that's for a later show, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know when we do this.
You know, but Craig, you know, you and I have known each other for quite a while, and my shows never ever stay on the topic.
No, they really don't.
But Craig, everything that is happening today within our realm is of vital importance.
Yep.
So I love you. Go ahead, Craig. Speak your piece.
I think the whole thing is that everybody is calling for the divide and conquer. Everybody's got an issue. Individuality has just gone by the wayside.
Yeah.
And it's what they want. And everybody's calling for it.
But you're not
They want
wrong,
everybody
Craig.
to conform to the same thing. In essence, that's what this Common Core crap in school is all about. You know, No Child Left Behind and all this other craziness. Like, you know, let people develop at their own rates and stop trying to place intellectual labels on people and then just try to cater to a problem that you created by introducing something as stupid as Common Core to the classroom.
You've got 8 years.
Okay.
These are the 10 things you need to know how to do. You know, where your daycare.
The problem with school these days is what they're doing is they're indoctrinating by dumping voiced information on the student instead of just teaching the student how to learn and how to seek the information.
How to read, how to write, how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide.
That's what they need to learn.
Craig, I'm going to throw this at you. And this is a hard pill for all of us. Okay, I don't know who is whispering, but I can hear you. Okay. What, really?
I'm listening.
Really? We're going to whisper and talk to each other? But, okay. Okay, it does not matter because what it is them against, see, everybody. I want everybody. I have so many friends that think that, you know, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm going to do right by this party, I'm going to do left by this party. You know what? It doesn't give a flying fudge what you think. It is the same agenda. So let's put political parties aside. Okay, there is no right side.
2 wings on the same bird.
Okay, exactly. There is no right side. There is no left side. There is no red side. There is no blue side. They are all in it for the same agenda. And if you do not know that by now, there is something seriously wrong with you. And I don't like to be
horrified most people are to find out that they have been duped and they'd rather just stay where they are.
Dude, you know what? Okay.
Yeah, it takes them out of the reality that they're comfortable with and places them in one that they'd prefer not to acknowledge or live in, so they ignore it. That's what's known as cognitive dissonance.
But they don't understand that their white picket fence and their 2 SUVs in the garage are going to be taken away from them. Okay,
Craig, I need to ask you this. What are you going to do to enlighten them, period?
To enlighten them?
To enlighten them. Because my agenda is for humanity. That is my agenda. I have no belief in the right side. I have no belief in the left side. I don't believe, oh my gosh. What I believe is that there is only one agenda, and that I don't want to call them parasites, but you know what? Never will I refer to them as the elite. I will refer to them as I made all these notes to myself, but I can't even read them right now because I've had vodka and Gatorade. But hey, I'm not gonna friggin' else lie, okay? Okay, if you're gonna hydrate, which is vodka, and if you're gonna if you're gonna dehydrate, it's vodka. If you're gonna hydrate, you're gonna use vodka. So that is my drink of choice right now. But you know what? No matter how you slice the pie, there is no right side, there is no left side, there is no blue side, there is no red side. There's only one freaking ass agenda, and it's against us, we the people.
Exactly.
You're on a roll tonight,
everybody up again.
Well, because Michael, you know me very well.
Yes, I do.
And I will not side issue anything, and everything is cut and dry with me. And
it should be.
But you know, okay. Just okay. Let me regroup here.
Did you ever read the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance?
You know what? At this point in time, it doesn't matter, Craig, because we have to deal with what is on hand right now, okay? And it doesn't matter what has been in the past or what is in the future, okay? It is all right now what is on hand. And you know, you have to realize that the government is fucking against us, people. It is against us. And I wanted to really refrain from using the F word because although it's one of my favorite words in the whole wide world, but you know what?
That's an activity.
But I have to be honest. We are fucked, people.
Let's be honest for a second. Listen here. Government is, consider it like a machine, okay? It's a bunch of moving parts, interchangeable parts. What happens is parts are the wrong parts, you have to replace them. That's all there is to it. A government is not a thinking individual. Everybody says government is this and government is that. It is not government that is anything. Understand?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So look, we got to change the broken parts. And to do that, you have to get the people to stand up and be willing to do the work and change those parts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're right, Craig. I mean, you really are, because when you look at it, that is a simplistic view that everybody can understand. You explained it very well. We are a broken machine, and the sad part about it is that I don't personally see an end to this broken machine unless we, the people, stand up, and that goes beyond the Second Amendment. That goes beyond any and all of the stuff that we've really talked about. We have to become a moral society again, and we cannot do that. We cannot change things if we don't change ourselves. You know, the one thing that is constant in this universe is change. But that's the beauty of animals and humans. If we can learn to be like animals, to deal with things as they are, and adapt to that, rather than us saying, "Oh no, we're not going to adapt. We're going to change the situation." You can't do that. It's not a no-win scenario. We can win, and we can win if everybody joins hands. And I don't mean that literally. I'm talking about figuratively. If we all join hands and we all stand up and say, no more, this is it, we're done with this, and forget about, like you're talking about, Craig, and everybody, forget about the racial divide, if you want to call it that, because the reality of it is there is only one race, and it is the human race. And and I'm telling you, this country is morally bankrupt, and it's been going that way since the late 1800s. Since then until now, and it's progressively getting worse. And when and I don't say that we should try to stop certain things, but if we educate people, there's certain things that
naturally,
particularly me, like my biggest gripe right now is Molly Cyrus. And I hate to say that. No, seriously.
Hey, I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff.
That's next week's show, okay, Michael?
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you something. That's the exact kind of stuff that degrades our mental abilities. When we focus on stuff like that and Caitlyn Jenner and the rest of that nonsense, we have lost sight of who we really are. And when we lose that sight, we're so easily manipulated, it's not even funny.
But let's bring up the most important part of it all, is that we do not realize that because, why, Michael? Because we watch television, we allow this television, this programming box, to program us.
Bingo.
Yep.
When they put that stuff on the Grammy Awards or the Academy Awards, that everything's political now, you can't even watch to see, okay, my favorite movie is going to get an Oscar. It's not about that anymore. It's all political.
Okay.
Yeah, who the fuck cares anyway?
Really?
What we have to realize, and it was a crude manner what Jack just said, but it is true. Who the fuck cares? What does it fucking matter? It doesn't matter. And
it does matter. I want to pay $90 a month for cable and internet. I need the cable and the internet. I need to know.
I need to know.
On a contract. Fuck it. I'll sign my name on it. Put me on a contract. Let's line up outside the store.
My phone number
just so I can stay up on about people who have way more than I'll ever have and still don't know what the fuck to do with it.
Here it is.
Okay,
your life is worth millions of dollars. Your life is worth millions of dollars that you'll spend as a consumer over the rest of your life. But what it feels like to you in the consumer society we are is you are that $300, $400 you have at the end of that paycheck after bills. That's what you are. That's what you are. To you.
I am so in love with you.
To the government, you're a millionaire,
right now.
man. You're a millionaire. We got to keep you alive, and we got to get you tuned into The Walking Dead, and you need to know if Glenn dies, and you have to see that Hershey's commercial in between. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You need to know.
Wait.
There.
Oh my God.
Stop. Okay, let's stop this right here and now. Okay, Johnson, I don't care who your real name is, you have to friend me on Facebook because I am totally in lust with you. And so let's get back to that though, okay? Because we have to delve and dive into the perspective. Because okay, who sees us as we are? And I have seen countless memes as, my parents see me as blah, blah, blah. My friends see me as blah, blah, blah. My coworkers see me as blah, blah, blah. And this is who I am, blah, blah, blah.
is the meter by which to judge?
You know what? You're right. But who is to determine that? And are we going to fall? Wait. Are we going to fall trap? Are we going to fall trap into that? Because, I have been who I have been for 29 years of my life plus, but nobody is going to deter what I have acquired within my knowledge.
Well, you got.
Is she getting analytical or what?
Well, I mean, seriously though, from the standpoint of what the show was about tonight and what we're discussing right now, let's face it, Jag, Eva, Craig, Johnson, all of y'all know I won't say the government, but there is a group of people that control the media. Okay? Now, the only true form of non-censorship that we had was the internet. And guess what they did? They passed that damn bill where now the companies that you do your internet service with can limit what you see. We have become so politically correct, which is nothing more than censorship, that it has gotten to the point. I'm like Jag. You know what? I don't give a damn what somebody thinks about me. I do what I think is right.
Verbiage.
No. I do what I know is right, and if somebody disagrees with that line of thought, well, then they can just go suck on one.
Okay, because one of my friends had posted, or excuse me, not posted, because this was well before Facebook and crap like that. But he said, Eva, do you know the difference between thinking and knowing? And that is a grave difference, okay? Because you can spew to your heart's content what you think, but what you know is a total, complete different realm that you are endeavoring in. So, I pose that.
I'll resurface an idea. I mean, like you said, we know. We all know that the media is driven by something. There are people who don't know. And it's not by design. Even though, it is by design, but even though we're sitting here saying, hey, we need to get active, we need to tell people what's going on, it really is, behavior is all learned, right? Instinct isn't everything that everybody thinks it is. But we are all the way we are because of the way we were brought up and the way we put everything together. And it's hard to there are people that literally and physically cannot think this way. Their brain is just not structured the right way when it comes to
for real.
Things they've hit, things they've seen in their life, things that they've hooked onto neurologically. Your brain is going to come through and delete the wrong things when it has to go do that because they're just not developed the right way. So it's only going to do a certain amount of justice doing anything that we do. People are just, the 85%ers, like I was saying earlier, it just won't happen. People do not see. Some people do not see.
But wait a minute, cutie pie, because I'm going to, as I stated from the onset of this show tonight, is I'm going to play devil's advocate. Is how do you know that? Okay, because when I have been totally, completely awake forever. It seems like forever. And it just boggles my mind at sometimes. But I opted to get a passport, I would say, within the last 4 years. So I go down and I am looking in this line at the post office, and I'm going, that person is awake, that person is stupid, that person is awake, that person is awake, that person is stupid, and then all the people who were applying for passports of course, there was hands down. They were right on, and I did not get their personal. Huh?
You know what I'm picturing right now, Eva? The way you were saying
What's
that? This person's stupid. That person's stupid. You know what I'm actually picturing in my mind right now with that?
You'll tell me, Dad.
No. They have a stamp. They're going to stamp your passport. It's going to say smart, stupid, smart, stupid.
Okay. I am dating this highly intelligent. I am madly in love with this man who does live radio in Colorado, but I won't mention his name on the air. I am totally in love with him, and we're vacating. We are leaving the fucking United States. We are going off to better
that ain't gonna work if I ain't going.
Okay, you know what? Okay, because at this point in time, you're Nolan Boyd. Okay.
Remember who I am. I could stop you.
Okay, you're Nolan Boyd. Okay, so I am like, because dude wants me to get my passport, and he wants me to be on board. So I am in love with this man, and I want to create a life with him, no matter where it be in this world. And so I pay friggin' extra for my passport because I want an all passport. I want to travel the world. Okay, I don't want to travel within.
I was kidding about being a Virgo.
Really? Okay, good. Okay, my phone number is 555. 5555. Okay. So I am madly in love with this guy, and we are going to go off to better and bigger things in our lives because we know what is in store for us. And so I pay like an outrageous amount for my passport, but I can travel around.
There you go. And the people up there, I guarantee you, when you were walking away, they're sitting there thinking, sucker.
But you know what? But I can travel around the world with my passport. Can you?
I don't have a passport anymore.
I don't have a passport and I don't have a driver's license. But
let me hit on this topic. I went through this recently. Okay, so I did myself the pleasure of losing my birth certificate and my Social Security card after my ID had expired, after it had been suspended for speeding.
Okay, wait. Let's roll back just a smidge because how can all that expire because you are a U.S. citizen?
It did not expire. I lost. I physically moved where I was located, and I lost my Social Security card and birth certificate. And happened to be during that time my license expired. Now, acquiring all three back was a nightmare. You have no idea the legal loophole they have to jump through because no one believes who you are. It was amazing. So to get any one of them, you have to have two of them. Right? That's the loophole that I had to jump through. And I had none of them.
Oh, freaking! I am so in lust with you. So this is what I'm going to say to you. I'm going to say to you, nuzzle up in between my breasts, and I will protect you. Okay?
All right. Well, hold on just a second. Let me just say one thing because I want to get off.
I feel a Debbie Downer coming on.
Because
wow,
I'm getting ready to get off here, so I want to just. I just want to say a couple of things before I get off. I wanted to say to Miss Kitty Wells, and I hope that and pray that she gets better and better. And prayers have been sent to her many times, at least from my end, and I'm sure from hundreds and thousands of other people. But also, I want to say this. I want to thank you, Eva, for giving me the opportunity to be your co-host, and I hope that turns into be many shows to come. And Johnson,
no, you ain't
Craig,
going nowhere.
And Jag, you guys are the best, man. Y'all are really cool. And Renegade, I know you're in bed probably snoring by now, but anybody that wants to friend me on Facebook, all they got to do is look for someone that looks like Gandalf, because I use my real picture. I use my real name. It's Michael Conley.
If anyone is interested in me, I'm Bonson Joswell. I switched. I'm Johnson Boswell by name. I switched.
Okay.
You know what? Johnson Boswell.
Bonson Joswell. I'm gonna fuck with you about that, dude. I'm gonna fuck with you about it. You know I am.
All right. Well, anyway, I want to wish all of you a good night, and I hope everyone has a wonderful New Year's Eve. And I hope that 2016 brings nothing but goodness to your hearts. I love you guys. I'll talk to you next week.
Thank
Michael,
you, sir.
Michael, wait, Michael, before you vacate, please. Okay, I have to put on my composure face. Michael, thank you for your due diligence and for being my host.
Wingman.
Yeah, wingman.
Whatever. Okay. You're going to be my wing woman, okay? Thank you.
You just made me spit my beer everywhere.
You know what? That is my intent, okay, to be a buzzkill. Michael.
Oh, wow.
I love you, and
I love you too, girl.
Thank you for your due diligence and for everything that you do. I will pass your message on to Miss Kitty. And,
yes.
And just know that from my heart to yours, I love you, and take care.
Okay, and I will see y'all next week. All right, y'all be cool. We gonna be talking about Molly Cyrus, baby, next week.
Hollywood's latest whore.
That's it. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Justin.
All right. Good night, everybody. Happy New Year,
Michael. I love you. Bye bye.
I love you too.
Be safe.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, that is like because although I may be a tough chick on the outside, I'm a marshmallow inside. I do truly care about everyone in their facets of life. Okay, Michael is taken care of. So Happy New Year to him. So out with the old and in with the new. Okay, so I have Jag. I have Craig, and I have, my love. I have Mr. Johnson. I had to really, truly, I poured myself another vodka. Why? Because I can. And this is Happy New Year, people.
Anarchy, motherfucker.
It's not anarchy. It's not anarchy. It's philosophy. So this is, like I said, mentioned earlier, I grew up on a farm, okay? And when I moved up here about 6 years ago, it was really hard for me to understand. I was 14 years old. Very hard for me to understand why I couldn't drive. And, everybody's like, you need a license? And I was like, no, you need a key. You don't you need a key. That's all. You got these invisible lines painted all over your fucking skull. Sorry for the language, but, you need a license. What are you doing? No, I have the key.
Let me stop and interrupt anybody right now because, oh my gosh, we are like so into the overtime hour, and we only have 15, 16, 17. We have about 18 minutes left in overtime, and then we're kaput, people. Okay, we are totally null and void. So I want to ask everyone.
Totally.
You know what? Yeah, I love you too, Jag. Okay, this is what I'm going to do because I want to wrap this up on a totally accord professional basis. Yeah, right. That's me. Okay, so Jag, whom I adore completely, I would like to know your last thoughts. I mean, this is from 2015 through 2016. Last train of thoughts.
So you basically want my last words going out of this year, going into an even worse year.
Do you have to make it difficult? Yes, I do.
All right. My final thoughts for the year are this. In this coming year, it's time to really open your eyes because the shit's going to start accelerating. So wake up, everybody, because your time is running out.
And if anybody wants to find you, Jag, where would we find you?
Staff Sergeant Sanders Facebook. Picture of Bane is the profile picture. It's set to private, so you can't send me a friend request. So therefore, if we don't have mutual friends, kick rocks.
So this in essence means go through Murmur Eva, and if you send Jag a friend request, then he will accept you, correct? Just say yes.
Per that you don't tag me in any posts and that you're not a troll or anything like that.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
me, Jag.
Okay, this is what I'm hearing. Jag wants your DNA. I love you, Jag. Okay, you know what? Go through Murmur. Murmur, I'll simplify it. It's MER, not quite like the heart condition Murmur, but spelled differently, Eva, EVA. And you can connect with Jag via my Facebook. Okay. Now, Craig, what can I say, dude? I mean, you have been due diligent since day one. I thank you so very much, brother, for everything that you have given to this show, and that you allow me to expand and produce into your little category of life. And Craig has his own webpage, which is what, Craig?
It's actually a page on Facebook, and it's Americans for the Restoration of Freedom.
Say that again, Craig.
Americans for the Restoration of Freedom. It's the Facebook page.
And that's all you do is have to type that in, okay? Now, Craig, you know, from my heart, I love you. And I wish you nothing but the best for the new year that has coming up. Okay. Craig is done.
I appreciate it.
Jag is done. Craig is done. And, ooh, on to you, cutie pie. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Tell us where we can contact you.
I'm on Facebook. I'm Bonson Joswell. So that's BOHNSON JOSWELL. My name, but first letter switch in the first and last. And I have some other things that I probably won't use, but Facebook, I'll be available for most of my journeys.
Okay. I would like to shout out there that I personally, and I am so computer stupid, people, that anything and everything that I have learned on the computer, I am not that timid, shy woman that will like, what will he think of me? It's like, okay, dude, tell me, how do I get to this and what is that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I do not pull any punches. You can reach me at Murmur, MERMER, Eva, EVA. That is my God-given name, Eva Murmur. For some reason, we had reversed it on Facebook. I don't know. Color me popular with Narc Zuckerberg. I think he does have a mad crush on. I think he does have a mad crush on me. But you know what? He's just a prick in the system. And but I do Narc. You know what, dude? You've seen my little camisole that I wanted to show you. So I love you, Narc Zuckerberg or Fuckerberg, whatever you want to go by.
Zark Muffetberg.
But exactly.
Zark Muffetberg. Muckerberg. That's fucked up.
Okay. Let's go back though. Okay. Let's see. Let's delve into. We have like about 5 minutes to like screw around. So,
you didn't get in my final thought. You didn't get in my final thought.
Really? Do you want that?
I want my
final. What
I'm
are your
final? I think it's a law.
Wait. You think it's a law?
Yeah, I think
Okay. You know what? Pronounce your law then.
It's in the First Amendment. It's in the First Amendment. All I have to say about 2015 was I've finished college. 2014, started a job, corporate America, publicly traded company. And I did it for a year and a half. And what I'm deciding to do in 2016 is sell everything I own. And I've already quit my job. And I'm going to go hike the Appalachian Trail with about $3,000.
Oh, my gosh. You know what? No, you're not going without me, okay?
I'm not going to screw with money this year. I opt out while I can before it gets bad. So I'm gonna spend some time walking around the woods, and I'm not going to do this. So, yeah.
Amen, brother.
Jag, your last thoughts of 2015.
Oh, hell, I already gave it.
Yeah, we're going to keep going.
Oh, my gosh, do we have to go through Jag again, then?
No.
What are your last thoughts, Eva? What are your last thoughts?
Yeah, what's your last thought? I already gave mine.
Okay, my last thought is, okay, I have.
I hope I got more vodka.
I do, but 2015, I have lost 3 close and personal friends of mine. Karen Gutierrez, I love you. My Mija, and although we have not been created of the same creed, but you know that I am a home girl and I am down for any Mexican ethnicity, and I want to. Oh my gosh. One of my best friends, David Brocheleau. I love you to no end, and I truly miss your morning text messages saying, "Hello, beautiful. How are you?" And from my lifetime junior high school friend, Eric Stevens. I love you, Eric. I love all of you, and I can only pray that God has given you the strength and endurance to seek and live in His house forever. That's my last train of thought. We have exactly maybe 1 minute. Anybody, go ahead.
Just want to say thanks for sharing that.
Yep. To everybody else, be safe on New Year. Drive safely. Don't do nothing stupid. Take care of yourself.
Asterisk, too stupid.
Yep.
Blessings to all. Thank you, and have a happy and prosperous New Year.